Bhushan, a friend, motivator, and guide to IAS aspirant, international motivational speaker, leadership trainer, CEO, coach, political strategist, and policy advisor. Source: Hindu newspaper. Sri Lankan cabinet appoints panel to draft new constitution. Sri Lankan cabinet appoints panel to draft new constitution. Move follows Rajpaksa brothers' election pledge to abolish the 19th Amendment. The cabinet has set up an expert committee to draft Sri Lanka's new constitution, even as the government gazette the draft of the 20th Amendment that would reverse the preceding 19th Amendment 2015 legislation that clipped certain executive powers of the president. The move follows the ruling Rajpaksa brothers poll pledge to abolish the 19th Amendment introduced by the former government after securing a comfortable two-thirds majority in the August general election. The government took up the promise swiftly. In this inaugural address to Parliament on August 20, the President Gotabaya Rajpaksa announced that Sri Lanka would draft a new constitution. Jettisoning the 19th Amendment Act sought to strengthen Parliament and the independent institution besides curbing presidential powers. 5 CSIR labs got no money from the technology transfer. Some labs of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research (CSIR), India's premier laboratory research network, have earned no money from the technology transfer since last list 2015, according to data by the Council accessed by the Hindu by the Right to Information Act. Of the 38 labs of CSIR, 11 responded with information. The Hindu queries posted in February on the number of technologies developed, numbers licensed, and the money earned from the technology transfer since 2015. Some said they were unable to respond because of COVID-19 restrictions. 5 of the labs that responded said they had received no royalty from the technology commercial 2015 to 20. These were the CSIR IMTech Institute of Microbiological Technology, Chandigarh; CSIR Empiri Advanced Materials and Process Research Institute, Bhopal; CSIR IIP Indian Institute of Petroleum, Dehradun; CSIR 4th Palladium, Bangalore; CSIR CBRI Central Building Research Institute, Roorkee. Mind the gaps in India's healthcare digital push. While the digitalizations of healthcare data could help, what many Indians face are unaddressed issues in the health sector. The Independence Day address of the Prime Minister launching the National Digital Health Mission during the unprecedented novel coronavirus pandemic crisis caught everyone's attention. Yet, despite all his eloquence, it was not clear to many what to expect in substantial terms. Going digital has no doubt been a magic phrase that has been repeated in a multiple contexts in the country, and yet another mission for the health sector. They waited for more news to emerge. On August 27, we learned that Ministry of Health was expecting feedback and public comments on the draft by the September 3rd. Even that leaves insufficient time for discussion among the medical practitioners, hospital management associations of the various stakeholders in the health care sector, and other members of the civil society for any meaningful feedback. Would, would the age of marriage would the age of marriage for women be raised to 21? In this independence speech, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that the government will soon take a decision on the age of the marriage of women. Earlier, a task force had been formed to consider raising the age of marriage from 18 to 21. Madhu Mehra and Jayana Kothari discussed the issue in the conversations moderated by Jagriti Chandra. Do you agree with the move to increase the age of marriage for women 21? It is important girls are not pushed into marriage early. Marriage should not be compulsory for them to gain social and economic status. Yet, an increase in the minimum age of marriage does not mean mandatory. It only is significant that below that age there could be a criminal prosecutions under the child marriage law. Now, to increase the age of marriage 21 would mean that girls will have no say in their personal matters until they are 21. In our research at Partners of the Law in this development, we look at 10 years of use of child marriage law. Overwhelmingly, the law was used by parents against eloping daughters. It has become a tool for parental control and for punishment of boys or men whom girls choose as their husband. So most cases that are taken to court are self-arranged marriages, and only one third of the cases related to arranged marriages, which are sometimes brought by parents or husband to dissolve or to nullify marriages that have broken down because of domestic violence, dowry, or compatibility issues. So nowhere is an issue people's minds. An increase in age to 21 would mean further persecutions of the girls right up till 21 years. We have seen this is in Supreme Court and the Kerala High Court in the Haria case, where an adult woman decision to marry as was challenged by her parents. This is how it plays out in the Indian context.